Hey everyone, Tony Walsh here. Welcome back to the channel and another edition of what's happening on the farmstead. It's been a couple weeks since I've done one of these videos. We've just been busy doing other things, and I've been posting other videos, so you've been seeing some of what we're doing. But today's the cleanup day, so you see the tractor and the mower behind me, and you can tell we have mowed this whole field, but it is time to burn this pile right here, because if you can see behind me, it is getting cloudy, and I'd like to get most of it burnt before it rains, because we're in that stage when it rains one day, it rains the next day, and then it rains the next day, then it won't rain for a week. So stopping what I'm doing to get this pile burnt. Well, I'm waiting on Jackie. You can see her up under the shelter. She's unhooking the sprayer, and you can see the 3 trailers right there. So we cleaned that spot out to where we can try to keep our equipment from growing up in the weeds so much. You see over there behind the tractor that is a harrow under there, a dirt scoop under there, and then my scrape blade. And I just put it there a couple days ago. That's why it hadn't grown up. So we have mowed that, almost scalped that to the dirt. We have sprayed it with Roundup. And just going to try to keep that where our equipment doesn't get buried in weeds and vines until I can get some shelters built. So now let me get to burning this pile here. Hey everyone, Tony Walsh here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be picking our Jimmy Red corn here behind us. It is a Hoss Tools variety, where the seeds come from. If you're not familiar with Hoss Tools, I've highly recommended. Their website is growhoss.com. If you look in the description, so this is sort of somewhat of a sponsored video, because I do, if you use my link through share a sale, or I think it's AWIN now, AWIN, there'll be a link and all that in the description of this video. If you buy anything from Hoss Tools using that link, I make a few pennies. So if you want to support a poor guy trying to make a living, use my link to buy anything from Hoss Tools. But anyways, back to what I said, we're going to be harvesting our Jimmy Red corn. It is a 85 to 110 day maturity, and we looked at some yesterday, and the kernels are already dented in, which means it is dry. And this Jimmy Red is a red corn, and we're going to use it to hopefully grind grits, to make our own grits. And if it's too dry, then we can make cornmeal to make hush puppies, to fry fish, anything, fried chicken, whatever you would fry. You know that you want to use cornmeal instead of flour. You can do that. So on our corn, some of the ears are still standing up. Some of them are already flopped down, and today I'm going to get just the ones that are down because I know they're the driest. So I'm going to put you on time lapse, and we're going to get all that harvested, and I'm just going to get it out of the field, then we'll shuck it and silk it later. So let's get to picking some corn. Okay, that is the ears that were turned down, and let me go ahead and tell you, I think this is too dry, and it's not the seed's fault. It has been brutally hot in South Georgia, and you see we had water and it was fine until the corn got too tall. And obviously we're not overhead pivot irrigating it like a farmer does, so what this tells me, next year we're going to have to lay drip tape to this corn to make sure it stays healthy and gets enough moisture. So, but hey, this is our first year. Homesteading is about trial and error, where you don't succeed one year, learn from it, move on to the next and do a better job. But let's get this shucked right here, and let's see what it looks like. Now, I almost canned this whole video because I am not happy with our Jimmy Red corn harvest, and it has nothing to do against the corn variety itself or with Hoss tools. This is totally a Tony and Jackie error. As I said, this is an 85 to 110 day maturity, and we've been over 90. I should have really done this 2 weeks ago. With the heat that we've had, this has really got dried out to the point there. I did have a little bit of worm infestation. Again, that is totally me. That is normal for South Georgia. But I let this go way too far. So we'll still pick some of it and grind. We'll get a few grits. At least we'll have a practice. So that was the ears that were down. Here's the ears that are up. Again, should have had way better harvest. Again, just, you know, we just couldn't get enough water to it. So in this heat, drip tube it is for the corn next year. No doubt about it. So besides corn, Moses from Urban Backyard Container Garden posted a video of him picking his Valencia peanuts, and he struggled with it. First time he'd ever grown peanuts. First time I've ever grown peanuts. We tried last year, but none come up. So this year we planted some Valencia, and Jackie's out there picking the last little trailer load. But we're okay with this harvest for our first time. So there you see them still on the vines. So we are picking peanuts today. So I'll show you what that looks like when we're done, because we got work to do. Okay, we got our peanuts pulled off the vine, and we have about 4 gallons there. That's a 5-gallon bucket. So nothing edited. Eat your heart out, baby, because we got some fresh green peanuts to pull. And for those of you that roast peanuts, that is sacrilegious and should be a crime, punishable by 25 years in prison to roast a peanut. There is nothing like a boiled peanut, and that comes from a Yankee. Jackie's over here just laughing because she knows I would not eat a boiled peanut. And there's a story behind that. We were at the racetrack in Jacksonville, Florida. It was cold. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was hungry, so I was desperate. So that's where I learned to eat boiled peanuts, and I've never looked back. Here is our Jimmy Red corn, and that's a 2.5 gallon bucket. So probably almost 2 gallons. This is what we'll use to grind our grits, to have freshly made grits. So I'll show you the grits grinding later. I'll show you the boiling peanuts very soon. So what else have we got to do? Now this video has been all over the place. So it went from a what's happening on the farmstead cleanup, what we've been doing, to moving equipment, to end up picking peanuts. I think you got 2 different intros in this video. So to get that 4 gallons of peanuts, here's all the vines. And if I had cows, pigs, goats, whatever, even the chickens would love them. But I don't have any cows, and not going to feed them to the chickens. Yesterday we talked about moving the equipment. Well, earlier in this video we talked about moving the equipment. So we have it all here now. It's nice, neat, organized. So we mowed this with the rotary mower, scalped it with the lawn mower, sprayed it with Roundup, so that way we can keep everything clean. We can mow, we can round up what we can't mow, but just to keep it nice and neat. So that's going to end this hodgepodge of a video. It's just our life. You know, it's busy, it's hectic, it's chaotic. You know, we're trying to farmstead while we're still working full-time jobs. So everything is now out of the dirt. We have nothing else in the dirt, but we do still have some stuff in the raised bed garden that you see way down there. Plus we have some seeds starting. So we'll be showing you that soon. So hope you enjoyed this chaotic mess. And until we get back together, y'all take care and God bless.